All right, it's SuperK day.
Best day.
Best day.
This thing is driving back on the trailer. That is a win.
One super lot battle.
It looked good.
SuperK day. We are trying to solve some of the little problems we have with SuperK. So in our packaging of all the electronics, we put the PDM right over where all the hot air from the engine comes in. So on one lap and on hot days, the PDM overheats and starts shutting stuff off and not behaving itself. And he goes to pull away and the car stalls, and all our buttons on the keypad are completely unresponsive to try and get it started. So Andy's got to rewire that whole rat's nest now. And in doing that, he's taken all the interior out, and we found way more chicken feed from Louisiana in May. And then in Louisiana, we're going down the freeway and we're getting hit with like all this dust and stuff coming into the car.
In your eyes, mouth, hair, everything.
Turns out it was feed, and if you look behind the passenger seat, you can just see it just filled with stuff. So my job is to try and clean up the interior of this car a little bit, clean up some of the sludge and all that kind of stuff. So it's really refinement day, I guess. Trying to refine some of the things that annoy us about this car.
So this trim was built in 2021.
Yep. Yeah, the DCT trim DCT went in late 2020, early 21, and we spent all of 2021 trying to make it work.
Right. So nothing has been done really other than trying to make the DCT work for a year.
Right.
So today's kind of the first day.
Everything has been neglected, and just like, oh, this thing isn't working, well, we'll patch it up. Like the fastest way we can get that thing to work.
Right.
Except for the DCT, which has got all of the focus for the last
Like,
I haven't even done an oil change on it in like 2 years.
well,
what they say 5,000 miles, right?
5,000.
You got plenty.
I mean, it has had an oil change because he's replaced the motor a couple of times when the DCT's destroyed an engine.
So you don't do oil changes, we do engine changes here.
And that I mean, we don't take the oil out of the old engine and put it in the new one.
Right.
I think.
No comment from the passenger footwell. And then this is ultimately the start of 2022. 2022 one lap prep, right?
Yeah. So everything that happens from Thanksgiving to May on this car is getting it ready for one lap.
It's its third one lap.
It will be its third one lap if it makes it.
Or can you make that face again?
Third and final one lap for this car.
You heard it here first. And then what?
Put that down, please.
Third and final one lap. We're in it to win it this year.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
As long as you don't get in our way again.
I got it, man. Don't worry.
He's got a plan.
Yeah.
All right, let's come back to that one. So what else is on the list for besides baths and rewiring?
Bath, rewire. Okay, what's on my list? I'll say what's on my list, and we'll see how much of it gets done. How much of it Andy agrees with. On my list, we got the rewire to get the PDM reliable. Something in the drivetrain, we picked up a weird vibration. So that needs to be sorted out, and it got bad at the end of the super lap. So we need to fix that.
Like on throttle, off throttle, all the time?
All the time. Just,
all the time.
Just speed related vibration. I think it's the diff.
Yeah.
The diff was a diff we got and threw in there and said, well, we'll deal with making it a good diff once the DCT works. And we haven't got that far yet. So
It's a Ford something rear end?
Yeah, Ford 88 rear end. So it's probably like low on fluid and overheated and got. So anyway, new diff is on its way. Doing some, Annie wants to do some stuff on the heat management around the turbo and exhaust manifold up front. I think that's about it, really. Is there anything else? Oh, the roof. Got to get the roof more secure because that was trying to escape again.
Sure. No, that's just built-in venting for their transits.
Yeah, that roof we don't use on one lap. We use the other roof that's in the back of my truck right now, which is
Sturdy one?
Yeah, it's more like your guys.
Weather stains. What else is?
Oh yeah, better sprayers for the trans cooler.
Do a water tank, like a 5-gallon water tank in the rear for basically all the heat exchangers, not just the trans cooler. This thing usually, I mean, coolant temps start rising after what, 2 laps?
And when it's hot out, yeah.
It's only got to do 1 lap.
It's gonna do 3 laps. 3 laps at a time.
This is a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not funny.
So it's essentially heat management. Everything is heat management.
Yep.
Figure out a long-term plan for the cooling at the front end for when we turn all the power up.
When you what?
So,
cool.
And then relocating some of this other stuff inside that's got to be done to make it a little nicer place to live. Because we, believe it or not, we do put at least a passing thought into like NVH type stuff.
Did you guys solve the venting issue from the exhaust for the passenger?
No, not yet.
That honestly wasn't that bad. I didn't think so.
He thought it was bad. He almost quit the whole thing over his feet being hot.
Yeah, the feet being hot, not the exhaust.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's the venting thing, the heat coming in
Oh, I
from
thought you
the
were talking about
exhaust.
I thought you were talking about the carbon monoxide.
I kind of was, but
Oh, you were? Okay. I thought it was the heat. Yeah, the heat was bad. We had to wrap our feet up in a blanket so that we didn't get burned. Oh, wait, Annie wants to look at why the fuel level indicator isn't working. So we'll get that fixed.
you don't want to just spend the whole week running out of fuel. Whole week again?
We only ran out twice. But it's weird. It gives you no warning it's about to run out. It's driving along happily, cruising at 70 miles an hour, and then the engine's off. And it's like,
Kind of like a truck.
I was going to say,
yeah.
that sounds familiar.
Ran out of fuel.
So this is our PDM that is a source of a lot of our cool stuff that we can do with the car and also a lot of the frustration. So this guy takes the power from the car and then uses all these connectors to distribute it out to the various components that we have on the car. When this gets hot, it starts shutting off outputs one by one to try and protect itself. And so where we had it, it was getting hot because it was getting heat right off the exhaust.
It was where?
It was right under the dash. Right in here. Under the dash a little bit.
Okay.
And as you can see,
Right where your feet, they get too hot, go.
right where our feet get too hot, so we get air that comes in through here, and that's how air gets into the car, right by the turbo. So that was the cause of our pain for one lap.
And it's going back here now?
Yep. So it's gonna go right here.
Smart.
promising. Oh my god, it worked! Wow!
Oh, I love that smell. Such a good smell.